Back a little bit. Could be up a little bit.
Arrow that will resume. Oh, there you go. You're recording. Perfect.
Okay, but I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna pause it again till we start. It's being recorded. Can we have roll call?
Who's doing the roll call? If Trish is not here, who is doing roll call?
Oh, Sue, can you do
Sure,
roll call
sure. Larry,
here?
Trish, no. Lynette,
Here.
thanks, Lynette. Robin,
Here.
Yael,
Yes.
Paul,
Hello.
hi. Lindy, Julie,
No.
Julie,
She's got to be unmuted.
There.
I did
There we
it.
go.
Hello.
okay, so we're missing Lindy and Trish.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Zoom platform, besides for board members, everyone else is going to be muted. If you want to speak or have a question or make a comment, we ask that you raise your hand. There are features in Zoom to do this on a Mac. It's called Option Y. On a Windows, it's Alt Y. You're calling in on a telephone, it's *9. Also, some of you at the bottom of the screen, it might be, if you go, there's a participants thing to click on. Sometimes it's in there. Sometimes just at the bottom of the screen, depending on which Zoom one you're using, it's there. And if not, and if you've got a video going and we see you and you're waving your hand, well, we count that also, because, you know, sometimes it's hard to figure out. At that time, we'll unmute you and you can then ask or make your statement, ask your question, and that way it kind of keeps it, the meeting moving very smoothly. For chairperson's announcements, we did ask all the members to sign a policies and procedure form, a new one that LOCAC has come up with. There's a couple members that still haven't done that and gotten it back to Sandra. If they're not signed, the deadline form is February 15th. If they're not signed and gotten back to Sandra by the 15th of February, at the next meeting, you will not be able to participate. So I just want to put that out there to all our members, everyone, and board members and elected members and everyone else. Everyone has to sign these. That's just the way it is. And just putting it out there. Are there any announcements from any of the land use members?
I have a quick one. Oh, there's Lindy.
Yes.
You want to say hi to Lindy or you want me to go?
Julie, why don't you go, and then Lindy, we're going to unmute you. So,
Yeah, real quick, just last week at the Planning Commission, the Wild Coast Farms was on their agenda, and they, the BMC had a very brief. Are you having trouble hearing me?
no, I'm hearing you fine.
Sign language. Okay. Anyway, the BMC had talked about their project the week before, and it really was the first time that they'd actually taken a look at the water conservation retrofit or offset program, and they were not satisfied with what they saw and asked that they actually sent a letter asking that the Planning Commission continue the item until they could get a good look at the water issue. Planning Commission did not do that. Instead, they made a condition of approval that the water conservation plan, when it finally ferrets out whatever it is, go to them to be signed off, so to speak, before they get their final permits. I'm not happy with that, just my opinion. Anyway, but it took over a year from it for it to go from LOCAC to the BMC, and that was a little concerning. And then when it got to BMC, it wasn't even attached to the agenda packet. So I'm rattled some cages, and it got attached at like 5 o'clock the night before. So if you haven't seen it or don't remember it, the proposal was to maybe change out under sink RO units, reverse osmosis.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that had some real iffy, squishy numbers and stuff. It was an iffy plan. They are talking about now retrofitting some of the sprinklers out in the farms, which is better because that's the farmers are just spraying in the wind and in the sun, changing out the sprinkler heads and getting their water that way. But only on a 1-to-1 basis. And I, as you know, am an advocate for 2-to-1 offsets. And so that's still stuck in my craw a little bit. So we'll see what happens. There is an appeal period. It could go to the Board of Supervisors and of course be appealed to the Coastal Commission if anyone's interested.
Okay, can you keep us, up of what's going on? Because I remember part of our input on it was we were concerned about the water use.
Yep.
And we're questioning. I remember us questioning some of their calculations on
the
that.
way they interpreted it was the planner was Jan DeLeo, if you'll remember. She interpreted the LOCAC's approval was to approve, recommendation to approve, which is true, but that you were concerned about water. It really didn't resonate that we wanted a 2-to-1 offset. We wanted it to be ag offsets versus this reverse osmosis thing. And so that's still an issue for me for sure, but I will definitely keep you posted if it looks like it's the project's if it gets to the Board of Supervisors, maybe LOCAC will want to write a letter, more thorough recommendation at that time.
Yeah, okay, because I was going to say the same thing at some point if it's behoving to us, to write them a reminder letter.
Yeah. So one other quick thing, Larry, I got your email. I think we all got your email yesterday, was it? That the planner for mobile Moore Shores has agreed to 2-to-1. I think that's a victory, everybody, and we should be asking for 2-to-1 offsets on every project.
Yeah, good, yes. They are concerned, as we are all concerned, and I think people are hearing that, we're worried about our water supply.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was good.
For me.
Yes. Lindy, did you have something earlier? We need to unmute Lindy.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Oh, there. Yes.
Yeah. As far as the Wild Coast Farms is, I think we really have to keep on top of what kind of numbers are presented. If nobody had stood up and said anything about the mobile home park, I've forgotten how many 1,000 acre or how much water they said that they were irrigating already, and they weren't. So there's lots of opportunity for some of these plans to kind of fudge numbers. Wild Coast Farms said that their people that live in a household there use 120 gallons a day per person. So they're taking that as an offset. That's not correct. So anyway, but I caught something for the Board of Supervisors tomorrow that I thought was interesting. And it brings up this whole idea about the secrecy of all the ministerial projects that get approved by the county staff that we have absolutely no idea about unless it's too complex for me to get into to try to have them looked at each month. But this is a project that's going to be looked at tomorrow. It's item 6 on their agenda. It's a construction permit. It's a little confusing. It's on 2050 Pine, which is kind of partway down. It's in the, oh, what do we call that? I keep forgetting that zone
Martin
where they
tract.
have 1 acre lot, mostly 1 acre lots, some
That's the
5
Martin
acre.
tract.
What's it called again?
Martin tract.
The Martin, Martin tract. Anyway, this is for development of a new, quite large house. I think it was 3,000 some square feet at that location. So it's partway down on the right-hand side, and they're going to do what they call perpetual conservation easement on 2 acres of it, but they're going to build on 3 acres of it. So the permit is going to be looked at tomorrow and approved, of course, because nobody knows about it. But it's confusing if you read the documentation. We see no idea of what the house is going to look like. And this is supposedly just the permit to allow for this perpetual conservation easement. But when you go down and read some of the details about the agreement, it appears that that easement can be used for other offsets from, we're still going to have to mitigate when you damage habitat. And the reading is so vague on this old form that they use that I just thought there's a lot of holes there that could be abused. And I just don't want to see it happen. The smart people are getting away with things that, most property owners that would like to develop don't get away with. So you might want to take a look at it if anybody's curious. It's item 6 on tomorrow's agenda. Again, it's another one of these ministerials that we don't get to even know about until it's over. But I think these conservation easements, et cetera, are things that are part of the LOCAC interest. And so by not having it come to LOCAC, again, it's just going on in a void between the county staff and the applicants. So that was my main point. So that's all.
Okay, thank you, Lindy, for bringing that to our attention. I will take a look at it tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so any other comments from any of the board members? Are there any public comments for items not on the agenda? Anyone from the public want to make a comment or question or raise awareness? And again, this is where you try to raise your hand or something, let us know so we can unmute you and hear the question. Robin, do you see anybody?
I do
Oh.
see
Sue.
Susan
Yes,
Morgan
please.
there.
I'm trying to hit option Y, but it's not working for me tonight.
I found that too. So if you don't have a raise hand button in your participant panel, there is down at the bottom also a reactions button. If you click on the reactions button, if you have that, you'll see a button that says raise hand.
Clapping, that's.
All I have is an invite and a mute button at the bottom. Oh, reactions. Okay, so say it again. I click the reactions.
So click on that, and then you see at the bottom of that, you have a raise
Raise
hand.
And you can even clap your hand.
You can
Okay.
do that too. and
Oh,
give
party
people
more.
yes, if you
Very
think you'll-
cool. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, I'll stick with raise hand. For items not on the agenda, I would like to ask
Yeah.
that, would you guys consider putting on our next agenda a discussion of a couple of letters we might want to write to the county, put through LOCAC, and have them know that we are concerned about water, and we're to the point now where we want to request water offsets be 2-to-1 for just about everything. And then Lindy's point of this ministerial permit, you know, a couple of us have already had discussions with Carrie about this one-on-one, but if it came from us as a council, I'm not saying it would do any good, but maybe if they get the idea that we're concerned about this stuff and keep getting the idea. Anyway, can we put this on the agenda for next time to talk about these things?
Sounds good.
Anyone else want to put a second in on that?
Yeah, I'll second it, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, okay, but we'll put it on the agenda for next month's meeting of putting a letter or a statement together to be supported by LOCAC, or to be informed of all the projects going on in and around Los Osos. Is that what you're talking about, Sue?
Yes, it is, Larry.
Can I make a suggestion? Sue, can
Sure.
you go ahead and write what it is that you want, or draft it, and then in the next meeting, we'll approve of it?
Yeah, sure. Happy to do that.
Thanks.
Okay, good. So was there any more public comments for items not on the agenda? I'm not seeing anyone. Robin, you seeing anybody?
I am not.
Okay, then moving along. We need to approve the minutes for the last meeting we had. Everyone get a chance to look at them? Anyone want to make motion to approve?
I move that we approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Lindy, are you
opposed?
around? Yeah,
Aye.
don't hide.
Okay, it's unanimous, it's approved. Moving to the agenda items. The first item we have is for a single-family home on San Sebastian. Who do we have to speak on that?
Marianne and Kirk Welton.
Okay. Was there anyone else in your group, or just the two of
Two
you?
of us.
Okay, good. You want to go ahead and kind of give us a short rundown on what's going on?
Okay. We are purchasing a lot at 2493 Los Osos. I'm sorry, San Sebastian in Los Osos in the Cabrillo Estates. And it is a half-acre lot. Half of it is dedicated open space. Approximately half of it is dedicated open space. There is a large pygmy oak grove in the middle of it, and we have a very restricted area in which to build our future retirement home. We have designed a house that is about 1,900 square feet, and are looking at a potential future phase of a guest house, a residential use accessory behind it of about 573 square feet. So a total of 2,500 square feet approximately. We submitted for the minor use permit. We've talked to the fire department and gotten comments from them. A neighbor behind us sent us his plans, and we have worked as much as possible to preserve his views. Our house is rather small. It's 2 stories, not very wide. And so we have we have gone to the maximum height limit, which is 15 feet above the highest point on the lot. But we have minimized the size of our footprint and the impact on our neighbor above us. We have met with all our other neighbors surrounding us, and they are supportive of the project. It's been a vacant lot forever, never been built on. We understand the concern about water, and we plan on not having very much landscaping that needs to be watered. We want to keep the site as natural as possible. We are looking at putting a living roof on top of the guest house that would have sedums and natural grasses. So after it's initially established, that would not require much water use either. We would use low water use fixtures, and we will prepare a water demand analysis to determine what our water use is so that we can use the water offset program to offset our water use. We would put in a tier 2 sewage system to treat all of the sewage on site. Do you have any questions?
Good. Good. Thank you. Are there any questions from members of the committee? Lindy, I see.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Oh, I never got remuted. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate that they're taking into consideration their neighbor behind them and trying to not affect their view, block their view. So it's commendable. I really appreciate that. I guess sadly, I did not get the agenda, or I didn't see it, so I don't have any idea about the overall project. But and when you said the tier 2 septic tanks, is that the new state
Yes.
mandate? Yeah.
Yes,
And
where all the sewage is treated on site.
Right. Those are very expensive and pricey, but unfortunately, you're a few months. If you'd done it a few months earlier, you might have not had that. But anyway,
it's what it should have been done over the last 50 years.
Well, and another option that I've suggested is that there'd be an estimate of what it would cost to actually put the pipes in to hook into the sewer for everything in Cabrillo Estates. A cost analysis to see what that would be versus what it's going to cost for every repair tank to fit into this new phase 2 program, which is, supposedly between 25 and 50, 60,000 per household. So with those costs coming ahead, I think Cabrillo should look at what it would cost to hook in to the sewer. It might be a lot less money. So those are my comments for now. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you mentioning about our concern for our neighbors' views. As I mentioned, we have a very limited site area where we can actually build the house because of the half of it being dedicated open space and because of the really, really large pygmy oak tree, which is actually one of the features, one of the reasons why we wanted to buy the site, because it's absolutely magical inside there. But we put the house as low down on the site as we could, so that there is not very much of it that is sticking up above the on the second floor.
That's great.
Okay, thank you, Lindy. Any other questions from members of the committee? Sue, did I see your hand
Yes.
go up?
Yes. I just wanted to say to Lindy, I guess you didn't get all my emails from this past week. I apologize. But I wrote to Supervisor Gibson after our last meeting when you spoke, because you had talked about Cabrillo, again, hooking up to the sewer. And I just wanted to let you know, I asked him because it was based on something that we had heard at another meeting. It might've been a LOCAC meeting, but no one can hook up into at this point, no one can hook up into the sewer system. It's a district, it's legally bound on its perimeters. And I think somebody wanted to just hook into it that lived across the street from it or something. And he said that at this moment in time, that's just not doable, because I don't know how you would go about changing that. But at this point, nobody can hook into the sewer that's not a part of the quote sewer district that's been delineated legally. So unfortunately, we have to stick with the septics.
Okay, thank you. And any other questions about the project of building the house and stuff from board members? Any questions from members of the public? Remember, there's different ways to raise your hand, and if we see that, we'll call on you. Robin, you seeing anybody?
I am looking, I don't. If anybody's trying to and having a problem, you could use the chat feature and let us know, but I am not seeing anyone.
Okay. So no more questions. I think anyone like to make a motion on this, or?
So move for recommendation of approval and go on the consent calendar at the next LOCAC meeting.
Second.
Second.
Got 2 seconds. That was good. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone abstaining or opposed to it? No, I'll take that as majority. I wish you folks the best of luck. What this is going to do is we have a meeting coming up February
25th.
28th, or when is it?
I think the 25th.
25th, which is our LOCAC meeting. We're recommending it goes on the consent agenda, and then they'll forward that on to the planning department. That we don't see anything wrong with the project, that it looks good to us, and that we support you going ahead with it.
Well, thank you very much.
Wonderful.
We look forward to being a part of the Los Osos community.
Yes, it's a wonderful place.
It seems like it.
Yeah,
We're very excited.
very excited.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Great.
you. We'll sign off then.
Okay,
Nice.
thank you very much.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Right.
Okay, moving along here. The next thing on the agenda is the Stambeck project. About building a 257 square foot deck or something. I'm not quite sure about the ADU, but you can maybe go ahead and explain that to us.
Right. I did not think that ADU was,
Can I ever explain it?
What do you want me to explain?
well, the whole project.
Oh, we need to add a bathroom onto our house and extend one of the bedrooms. And then we're gonna add extended living space on top of the garage. No deck.
Right, but
There is a little bit of a deck that overhangs the in the front, but it's not the entire scope of the project.
We use, because I think they're on hold here in Los Osos because of water issues. Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know what, yeah,
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
So did you hear what I said?
We're
About what
confused
you're
on-
building.
Yes. Did you hear what I had said?
Yes, but we're asking you about the ADU.
What about it?
Well, they're not allowed, is my understanding, in Los Osos.
What isn't allowed?
ADUs because of
What's
water use.
What is the ADU?
Well, it says that's what you're putting on top of your garage, according to according to the paper that I
Well,
have.
can you give us the abbreviation you're using?
That's
Yeah, it's an
accessory dwelling
accessory
unit.
dwelling unit.
Yes.
It's extended living space.
Does it have bathroom and kitchenette in it?
No, it has a bathroom, no kitchenette.
So it's just misagendized.
Right.
Okay.
We got a kind of a different.
What did you say isn't allowed?
Accessory dwelling units.
But that's not what you're doing. So it was missing.
Well, they are adding bathroom.
Yes, they're adding a bathroom. They're not adding an ADU.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a shortage of bathrooms in our house. Sometimes my wife's using the bathroom and I need to use it. And
It's a team.
it makes it it's a little uncomfortable for us.
Yeah, no, we totally understand that part, you know. And,
Yeah,
and
we live in a 900 square foot house, so things are very cramped in here, and
It's okay.
it's yeah. I mean, we did what we could afford, and we're just trying to extend it out a little bit so we have a little more space. I mean, we have trouble putting our groceries away.
Let me ask you something. When you applied at the county, somehow you gave them the impression that you're adding an ADU. So you need to clarify it with them that this is not an ADU. ADU is an independent unit that somebody can live independently, which has kitchenette or kitchen and bathroom.
No.
Okay, so you need to because they will not give you the permit if they think it's an ADU. As far as we know, they do not give permit to ADUs. What you're doing is not an ADU. Did you get it?
yeah.
No, so it's just misagendized. I don't have a problem with it. And if, I see some people have their hands raised, but I'll make the motion if we're anywhere close to that.
Not yet.
Not yet, Julie. Hang on. Robin, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of concerned that this is on the permit like this, that it's gonna, there was this other addition and then it says an ADU over a detached garage. So I think we should get this clarified before we vote on it. And to the question of ADUs and Los Osos, the county is allowing people to take out permits for them.
Yes.
But they're in contention or disagreement with the California Coastal Commission, whether or not this is allowed. And Carrie Brown told me in an email when I asked her about it, that she's telling people that they might want to wait until this is part of the ordinance. But some people are, laying the groundwork or going forward early on this. So my understanding is the county is saying what the state wants, the state's position on ADUs supersedes what the Coastal Commission says about it. And the Coastal Commission says, no, you can't do them. So that's why when Julie at the LOCAC meeting said that the Coastal Commission appealed 8 ADUs in the county, that's what happened.
That's not an ADU though, I don't think, but.
Right, and an ADU has full kitchen.
Yes.
A guest house has a little under counter refrigerator microwave type thing.
And can't be rented out.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other comments or questions from Susan? I see Sue. I see your hand up.
I'm talking too much tonight. Mr. Stoneback, do you understand that your permit, you're asking for an accessory dwelling unit, and we need to see what exactly you're asking for before we can really vote on your project and send it on its way.
Well,
So where exactly does it say that? Because when we actually weren't able to go in with our our contractor. So we were supposed to be level 1, but they put us level 2, and that was on them, not on us. That's what they told us. But where does it say that? Because I have all the paperwork here and I have nowhere that says anything that we've asked for ADU.
I'm looking for it right now. If you just, here we go. It
Sue,
says,
do you want to share it on?
pardon me?
Do you want to share it on the screen?
I'm on a different computer. It's just on your,
Oh,
do you have your project referral?
My project referral.
I can look.
I
it up.
have the invoice for my project.
It's about,
Okay,
It's
I will
tier
go
2.
online and look for it, Larry. And put it
It's not on there. I have it right here and there's nowhere it says
It
there's an
says
ADU.
project description, proposed minor use permit, coastal development permit to construct
This is the big.
257 square foot addition to an existing single family residence and an ADU above attached garage located at 1214 Santa Isabel.
That is on them because nowhere in my paperwork, we put ADU. We have additional back of house and secondary
two.
store above garage. That's all we put. We never put
Yeah.
ADU.
Look at the handwritten part. Tiffany's got a second story garage addition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right here.
I have it.
So they've mistyped it on the project description. And if it doesn't have a
Julie?
kitchen, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Julie, I'm trying to listen to you. So you're saying the handwritten one, that they made a mistake on the county one,
Yeah,
and that the handwritten one is the one they applied for.
that's what it looks like, and it doesn't say
Hmm.
anything about an accessory
Maybe I can
dwelling
get some
unit.
money back.
Yeah.
Tough luck there.
Larry, would you allow me to screen share? Because I think I can screen share my paper.
Sue, I think the thing is their handwritten applications they put in, somebody in county added the ADU. They did not add the ADU part.
I see.
They had to have.
And,
Yeah, it looks like it.
you know, somebody in county called it an ADU. So I think there's a question that needs to be answered. I don't want to hang up this project for these folks because of this.
What,
You know.
what if we ask them to get it, if we pass it on to LOCAC, not on the consent agenda, and we ask them to get it corrected before LOCAC?
Yeah, we'll get it corrected.
3 weeks
That
now.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they better
how
correct it because we can approve it and then it will go back to the county and they will not approve it. So, I mean, they have to
Well,
correct.
but the county is approving ADUs. But the,
not
So my
the
question is,
Counties
that you're,
Coast-
I'm gonna raise my hand like we're supposed to, I guess.
somebody let Tiffany, she's the applicant, let her talk.
So my question is, you want us to go back and have it corrected, and then we have to do another meeting like this? So we're gonna
No,
miss
Tiff-
the
Tiff-
next meeting, so it's gonna put it off for 2 more months, or?
No.
No,
So I just
Tiffany,
wanna know how it process.
okay. The way this process works is we make a suggestion from this meeting. It goes on to the LOCAC regular meeting, which is the end of February, and it goes on there. That's what we're trying to, so either way, it's going to go to LOCAC. From us, we're just land use. We just deal with issues that go on land. We make recommendations. It goes on to the regular committee, and then that goes to the supervisors and county planning and all that. We can make a couple of phone calls in the next couple of days and get this straightened out.
Okay,
You do know what I mean? So is that answering your question?
Yeah.
yeah. Because we were
And then-
confused too. I was unable to go in with our contractor, and it was supposed to be tier 1, and then for some reason they put us to tier 2, and I asked him about it.
Yeah, and it
he's
costs a
like,
lot of extra money.
it cost us like over $2,000 more for it.
You should get back. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it cost us $5,000 just to ask for permission to use our land, I guess. I don't know. I'm just so confused.
Yeah, okay.
I've
Okay,
lived here
I
all my
see.
life since I was 2 years old, so.
Yeah, Tiffany, I see some other hands up. Yael, is your hand up?
So is
Or
it
Paul?
possible that we can write a motion that says, makes some reference to the fact that there's some error in transcription so that we approve the project as, the whatever, but making clear that it's not an ADU. So we're saying, yeah, we approve it and they have to correct the language rather than waiting to get the language corrected and drag, that way. But then we're still covering ourselves and making it clear that we don't approve it if it's an ADU. so that they don't get,
Okay.
screwed further by the county planning department on time.
Yeah. Okay, that's one thing. Sue, I see your hand is up.
What if we had a motion to recommend approval on the condition that the Stumbucks correct their permit to eliminate the ADU from their request when this is presented to LOCAC 3 weeks from now on the 25th?
And we will help.
What she said.
And
Yeah,
that would,
but
and it would be on the regular agenda.
If they have problems, we should help them, because it sounds like they had some problems going in to actually clarify. So I think that we need, I think that we need to help them with that.
Okay. You want that in the motion or?
Yeah. That somehow it's going to be corrected by the time we have general LOCAC meeting.
And you think that's our job?
Well,
I don't think.
I don't know if
It
it's
definitely
our
wouldn't
job,
hurt
but
wouldn't hurt to ask Gary.
yeah, if Tiffany and what's your name are having hard time, that you should contact us or something, and we should somehow connect Carrie, get in touch with Carrie Brown and clarify it.
Through email?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're ready to go and it's urgent and you want to start building, I think.
The project manager is listed as Nicole Ellis or Ian Landreth. It's on our LOCAC website on the Land Use Committee page. So those are probably who you need to talk to, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I guess we'll give them a call in the morning.
Yeah, because this is weird.
Nicole, what?
What is her name again? Nicole who?
Nicole
She
Ellis.
said-
If you look at our LOCAC website,
Yeah, it's on there.
LOCAC.info, there's a box that has all of your things, all of your different permits and things below it, but the box shows the 6 files and it gives you the emails to the people that are supposed to be handling this. So if
Okay.
you can find it on the website, on the meetings, under the meetings tab, under Land Use Committee, just scroll down, it says stand back and it's in a big sort of gold colored box. I think you can't miss it. And those emails are directly right there.
Okay, and then so when we have this meeting on this is the first time we've dealt with this, so we're little newbies, I guess you would say. So I don't know what you guys are gonna do, like approve it with the notion that it's not an ADU or, yeah, ADU. So what are we doing on the 25th? I'm so confused by these steps.
Larry, do you want to handle that?
Again, we should have better clarification on the 20, whatever the date is. And then, if everything is cleared up by then and all the questions are answered, someone would make a motion to approve the project and we would send that.
The 25th is the LOCAC, we are a subcommittee of the Los Osos Community Advisory Council, LOCAC.
Okay.
So we make recommendations to LOCAC and then it's fine. Either we put it on a consent agenda or we make a recommendation for approval or denial. And then it'll be voted on there. It's mostly a formality, but somebody could come and oppose it. But that's the process.
It always goes to LOCAC. We're not delaying anything here. We're just asking by that time for that to be clarified. That's all.
So
Okay.
we want
we
to write the motion that we're going to hopefully pass that will say, yeah, great, go ahead, as long as it's clarified before the LOCAC meeting. And then we can say, it's clarified, great, go ahead. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cheers.
So
Thank you, Paul.
Larry,
Yes.
will you be emailing them the date and the Zoom link and all that stuff so they know?
We actually have it already.
It will be a different Zoom link than this one.
Do they change every time?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, and if you never get the email, it goes into spam folder or some crazy thing. You can always find it on the LOCAC website.
Yeah,
So,
we saw that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
locac.info. So if you're getting worried you haven't heard anything, just go to the website and you'll find the Zoom link.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, I will be in touch, keep in touch with them. And, you know, and again, ask Carrie and ask Blake Fixler, you know, what he knows about it and what he might be able to do to help these folks out.
I think you just contact the planner, Ian Landreth, whose name is
Okay.
on the front of the referral. He's
Start
probably
with him.
the one who connected up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Sue, you'll help me with this?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So you had great.
Wait, whoa, hold on. What am I helping you with? I'm helping you with the motion, right?
Yes.
Yes, you had great
Sure.
language motion. Go.
Okay. The motion would be to recommend approval on condition that the Stambachs correct their permit to eliminate the ADU from the permit when presented to LOCAC on the regular agenda, February 25th.
Good.
Second.
Good. Thank you.
Unless Lynette wants a second.
I want a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anyone opposed or abstaining? No, we'll take that as unanimous. Okay, folks, we'll be in touch with you via email.
Okay, sounds great.
You kind of understand where we're going and what we're trying to do?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll give the county a call in the morning.
Good.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay.
Okay. Good
Good
luck.
luck.
Gotta put our granddaughter to bed.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
Granddaughter?
She's been
We're
very
jealous.
patient.
You're so young.
She's
How
been
How can you have grandchildren? I'm sorry.
She's sleeping on the floor.
Oh, Goody. Look at
She's
that.
just, she's been sitting there this whole time, very quiet.
Oh, that is a cutie.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so moving on, so we aren't here all night. This is the deck permit. And do we have somebody on this project to speak about it? On
Yeah.
12th Street?
Cindy.
Cindy?
I will ask her to unmute herself.
It's him.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name's Tony Grahava. Cindy's my wife. I'm on her computer, so that's why it's coming up saying Cindy.
Okay.
You can change it.
I don't know how, but anyways, so you guys have any questions?
So this
Any
is,
questions?
you're just enlarging.
Paul?
it.
Yeah, I'm enlarging it. Basically, what I can tell is there used to be a deck off of there, and there used to be beams coming out of the house, and someone prior to me buying this place replaced the deck, and it looks like maybe it's bigger now than what the original was. I'm not sure. I can just see where it was lined up on the stucco because the paint's different, and it's not big. It's probably right now 8 by, I don't know, maybe 12. And I want to, basically what I'm going to do is I have a gable roof, and I want to extend the gable roof out about 15 feet, and the deck will go out about 20 feet. I'm fully within the setbacks. I don't know if you guys got the pre-architectural drawings, but it's not going any wider than the house. I'm just going out further, and at least, the setback off the back property line is 10 feet, and I'm going to be within, I don't know, 30 feet off the back line at least. So with that being said, if you guys got any questions, I don't know what, all I know is this deck's costing me a lot of money.
Yeah. Any questions from any of the board members? Comments? Sue, I see your hand up.
Thanks, Larry. Hi, Tony. I just would like to ask you a little bit. I'm having trouble with your plans for some reason, figuring out what it all means. And you say you're going back farther into the yard. Is it your backyard you're going into farther or your front yard?
Backyard, ma'am.
Backyard. And is it blocking anybody's view or?
No, you know what? Honestly, from what I can see, it doesn't. My neighbors to the south of me, they don't even have a view because their house, they're single story and mine's 2-story. And the neighbors directly behind me, their view of the rock is, I mean, it's not even close. I mean, they're looking off in this direction and my house is going this direction, or the deck. And I don't see the deck blocking anyone's view.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Any other questions, comments by board members?
You know, I have one other question, and I don't know, because this is my first time pulling a permit. The county wants to charge a survey fee, and it's just because I live north of Santa Isabel, and I'm 1, 2, 3 houses down, and I have an existing patio down there covered with concrete. My neighbors' houses come back, both of them come back further than my house right now, towards the back property line. And so I have a concrete slab, and they want to charge me $3,000 to do a survey fee. So when I cut my slab to put my footings in, so they can dig down 3 feet to find Indian bones, to me, it makes no sense at all. And to charge me $3,000 to do that, to me, that seems kind of ridiculous, especially when the houses are side by side by side. Their houses go back further. I already got existing concrete there, and all I'm doing is digging a footing.
Well, we feel your pain. It's the county. We have a neighbor who's spending $900 to get a permit to put in a strip of asphalt between his driveway and that the county mandates between the driveway and the street.
I mean, tiny, like a foot or two.
So yeah, it sucks.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And is there anything you guys can do about that?
Julie, do you have any comment on this?
There's a whole fee schedule that's adopted every year by the Board of Supervisors. Unfortunately, they're trying to balance their budget on every little fee that they have. That does seem like a lot. I'll ask some questions. If I find any answers, I'll give you a call.
Can you let me know either way?
Yeah, I will do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got a neighbor over here that put in a little garage and stuff, and he had to do a Indian survey thing to the tune of $10,000, to look for chicken bones. So I know it's out there. I don't know a lot of people who get stuck with it, but I am aware of it,
No,
but we'll ask around and see what we can find out, through our sources.
Okay, but it kind of seems ridiculous that if you live north of Santa Isabel, you get charged this fee, and I'm 3 houses away. It's under concrete. The other houses go back. And the houses have already been built. And I don't know what they did back when they built the houses. Some are older and newer.
Tractor did.
It's costing me, with all the permits and my architectural and engineer fee, it's going to cost me as much for those fees to build the deck. And I'm building a deck myself. I mean, I'll get a little help, but it just seems ridiculous. I'm paying twice the amount for what it should cost.
So this is an archaeological survey?
I'm sorry?
It's an archaeological survey?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be charged like $3,000 for an archaeological survey.
They're gonna come out and survey, or you have to get it?
No, they wanted, for the archaeological survey, they wanted, I guess I'm assuming that I cut through my concrete in my patio where I'm gonna put the footings so they can dig down. And I'm assuming they dig down. I mean, I don't know who's digging the hole, me or them, so I can put my footings in. And the original plans was I was just gonna have 2 posts. And, now the plans changed a little bit to where I'm going, 3 feet one way and 3 feet the other way, just to make a corner on both ends, just for a structural, and I'm being charged $3,000 for that. And then, and then they want to charge me $2,000 to do a survey fee when my plans clearly show that I am not, within the setbacks. I mean, I'm 30 feet off the back. My house goes like this, and the deck goes like this. I'm not coming out any wider, and they want to charge me $2,000 for that. And I mean, to me, it's just ridiculous. I mean, there's $5,000 right there.
I'm going to ask some questions about your fees. I'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thanks, Julie.
Yeah, Julie, wouldn't he have had an archaeological survey when his house was built?
Wouldn't you think so? Yeah, I think they would have. That's part of the question I will be asking.
Yeah, you might have had a survey done way long ago, and county just lost it.
Yeah.
So they could do a record search and maybe find something.
You know what? But just one last thing, I guess, is they want to charge $500 for a soil survey. So when I cut into my slab so they can grab the soil, I mean, all these houses are built, and I highly doubt the soil is different. 15 feet out from my house, when my next house right next to me goes 20 feet further than mine, and they want to charge a soil survey. It seems like the soil survey should have been done when they did the footings for this house.
And that's why I was saying there might be records of that somewhere. They might have done that, and if you can find that, you can show it to them and say, "Look, I don't need it." But anyway, we'll look around and see what we can find, and we have a way to get in touch with you by email. So
yeah,
if we find something,
I'll be in touch.
We'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Julie,
Are there any questions or comments? Oh, Lynette, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Julie, because I have to tell you, Tony, she is the one person who will ferret out the answer on this one. Julie, could you share that information with us?
Yeah.
When we get it at the next meeting?
Absolutely.
I think would be helpful to all of us.
Yeah, I think I could, just copy you guys on whatever I send to Manny.
Thank you.
Manny, Manuel.
Yeah,
Do you like to be called Manuel?
Tony, I go by Tony, but my
Tony.
real name's Manuel Anthony.
I know, I'm looking at your name, so I know who to call. Okay, well, let's, but as far as an approval, I'd be happy to make the motion if you haven't taken public comment yet.
Julie, let me take public comment real quick, and then you can make your motion. Are there any questions or comments from members of the public?
I don't see any.
Robin, you see anybody?
I'm looking.
Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody jumping up and down, waving their arms and. Okay, Julie, go for it.
All right, I would like to make the motion to send this to LOCAC for a recommendation of approval on their consent calendar.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I say that's majority. I don't think there's anyone opposed. Okay, Tony, so it's going to the LOCAC meeting, February 25th, I think is what they said, on the consent agenda. We all approve it and stuff. We will investigate and see if we can get some answers for you. Otherwise, we wish you the best of luck.
All right.
And have a great barbecue on your new deck,
Yeah, I will, once I can get it built.
Yeah. And thank you very much for being here at our meeting.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Moving on to the last item on the agenda, Papa Bear Farms. Do we have somebody here representing them? I see a Carrie Hartwig, hand raised. Guess you have to
Hello.
unmute them.
You
Carrie.
don't care how to work up there.
Hi there. Good evening.
Hi, hi, good
Am I
evening.
coming in? Okay, great. Well,
Yes.
hi to all of you. Thank you for hearing us this evening. My name is Carrie Hartwig. I am the representative for Papa Bear Farms. So I can introduce the project a little bit and give you a little summary of it, but we also have the applicant. I'm not going to start my video. Sorry, just closing this. We also have the applicants here as well. So Papa Bear Farms is an existing family-run business located in San Luis Obispo County. Currently, they've been operating for the past year and a half at their location on Santa Fe Road. They're currently in the process of moving their business to Los Osos, and this is where the majority of their family live and where they have been located for, though they can tell you, but for many years. Papa Bear Farms, we're now in the process of applying for a minor use permit to establish 842 square feet of cannabis non-storefront retail in units A and B of a leased property at 2015 11th Street in Los Osos. The proposed project is a non-storefront retail activity which will conduct sales exclusively by delivery and is not open to the public. And so we are all here to answer any questions you may have. And the family is here. We have Adam Zepeda. We have Rachel, who's jumped on there. Hi, Rachel. We also have Irene and Shay, I believe.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Do we have any questions from any of the members of Land Use? Sue, I see you got your hand up.
Thanks. Hi, I read in your packet that you, by county regulation, had to notify the neighbors back in October.
Yes.
And you did that, correct?
We did. October 2nd, we sent out approximately 300 letters to notify the neighbors. We received 2 phone calls from the 300 letters that were sent out, and they were both to express how happy they were with the project, and both very positive.
And that was the only response that you got from
the 300 mailers. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments from members of the board?
What's the delivery?
You want a sample? I can tell, huh, Paul?
No. Want to know what the delivery fee was going to be.
Lindy, I see your hand is up. You're muted.
I guess I just had a curiosity. The sheriff's department is almost, what, a block away or 2 blocks away maybe. Is at the current location that you're at, have you had any problems with crime at all? And I think that's okay. And so you'll have an unmarked building basically and not be attracting.
Yeah, so they've been existing for a year and a half in the it's closer to San Luis Obispo City, but it's still in the county at their Santa Fe Road, and they've had absolutely no problems there. In fact, it's almost been the opposite. They've had been well received amongst the community, and they have a very good working relationship with the Sheriff's Department and code enforcement. Both the Sheriff's Department and code enforcement did a site visit before we submitted the land use permit package to come and view the site, and they found it more than suitable. And we're working with the Sheriff's Department, Code Enforcement, and County Planning to meet and exceed all of the requirements that are required, which are you know, it's all going to be a good location for everybody's requirements for that site.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
When are you planning on opening, pending permit and everything?
Well, we would love to, you know, as soon as possible, but we are right now in the sort of about the middle of the permitting process. We are getting back to the county. They've got a few questions for us, and then we are going to go to, I think we're being heard at the 25th meeting, the LOCAC meeting. And we've got, then we will be scheduled for a planning department hearing where it will be heard at the county level. And then we have to build out a little bit, and then we will, yeah, and then we'll open.
There.
Shooting for June, I'd say.
Okay. How are you going to advertise for that if it's not from storefront?
I'll put that to Rachel. She's the marketing expert.
Even where we're at the current moment, we don't have a sign external as well because we don't care to draw attention. Our cars are unmarked, which is also helpful, so we don't stand out. And the sheriff has been really great in guiding us as to what he wants and will approve. So he's actually been the one that we've been guiding off of how we run and advertise.
So how do people find out? How do people find out about you?
Social media, on the phone. People will text or phone call. And that's it. It's like Domino's Pizza. It's for the Domino's Pizza over here. Pardon?
Do they look up Papa Bear?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're going to advertise for you, so, you know, get it out there on social media.
Yep.
There you go. Okay. Any questions from members of the public? Questions, comments, concerns? I'm not seeing anybody jumping up and down. Anyone like to make a motion?
It's backwards mirror thing. I don't know. I move that we recommend approval on the consent agenda at the next LOCAC meeting. We recommend approval and put it on the consent agenda for the next LOCAC meeting.
The project.
So can we actually put this straight through to the consent? It said in their thing, in their packet somewhere, that it was required through LOCAC, a discussion through LOCAC. I can't find it anywhere now. I just saw it, reading it once, but should this go on the regular agenda just to give anybody an opportunity to speak again? I'm not trying to put a monkey wrench into this. I have no problem with the product. I'm just wondering if
people still
send it to the regular agenda.
People still see it when it's on the consent. We specify, right, the project, and maybe, right? Don't people see it? We don't just pass.
Yeah, they do, and also people can talk on items on the consent calendar. So I think it could go on consent.
Okay.
It's just Carrie, having to discuss it unless somebody raises a question.
No, but because it's kind of a thing, she thinks that.
Carrie, what would be your thought? It could have the option for more of the positive public input on this, or we can put it on the consent agenda where there's not likely to be as much public comment. I personally, I think it would look better if you kept it open to public comment as much as possible.
Yeah, sure. So we're happy to be advised by you. we are an open book, so we're happy to have any input from any community member, whether they were in the 300 mailer list or outside of it. We're developing our plan now, so we're very happy to have any input. And on the 25th, we would invite anybody to. I mean, we would prefer that if they reached out to us directly before the meeting, but if they want to speak at the meeting, we're happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, well, that's why, again, putting it on just the regular agenda there gives more opportunity for feedback, which we could get to you, beforehand also.
Can we ask the maker of the motion to amend his motion to put it on the regular agenda as opposed to the consent agenda?
Yes, you can ask him that.
Does he?
Would he do that? Would he do that?
Yes, he will do that.
Okay.
So I move that we recommend approval to LOCAC, but put it on the LOCAC agenda for potential discussion if necessary. Is that
On the regular agenda.
the regular agenda?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Everybody? Anybody opposed? No. I'll say that's carried with the majority. Looking forward to seeing you folks at the LOCAC meeting.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, and again,
Thank you.
go to our website and we'll send you the information on how to connect to the Zoom part of that. So any members or public have any comments or questions? This is now your time to say it. Otherwise, I'm going to adjourn the meeting.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, you're saying goodbye. I see Lindy. Lindy, you got a hand up?
Yeah, I had one. Just a reminder, tomorrow is the Board of Supervisors hearing, and it's the last item on the agenda, probably about 1:30, to look at the project on Fairchild for the whatever construction, storage yard, parking, whatever. And it's an appeal that went to the planning, was developed after the planning department. So if anybody's interested in following up with that, I think I'm very opposed to the project because of just the strangeness of trying to push through something before it gets zoned where it would never be able to. And I just don't understand why the county keeps going along with it. So just a heads up if anybody wants to watch it or participate and comment. So
Yeah, thank you. We will definitely be there.
that's all.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for the meeting tonight. Went fairly well.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you, Larry.
everybody,
Night.
Okay, and
Yeah.
give Trish the recording. Make sure she gets
Oh.
the recording.
Yeah, I'll put it up on
Yeah.
the website as soon as I can. Soon as it's
Okay,
up there.
okay,
I
because
just
she will
go
need
into-
it
I
for,
go into the Zoom thing and get the link, so,
I know.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
thanks.